really quick recap. Most of you, with the exception of Aeris, played by Tami, most of you work as scholars. Well, Dr. Jones and Dr. Ford are scholars. Shorty and Gulliver are uh, working with Dr. Jones out of a university in Skoda, which is known as the City of Nine Roads, museum capital of the world. Lots of pointy hats go to this place and live out of this place to study. You all in various forms, Ares off in some temple somewhere, the rest of you in your day jobs were appointed the task of exploring this ancient temple, which has just been whose location had just been determined, the first temple of its kind to be discovered in almost 2,000 years. The first location that potentially dates back to the Shattering, which is the last big earth shattering, not earth shattering, but like uh just realm shattering war of the gods. You guys got there in due haste. You started exploring. You first came across a crab who called herself the guardian of the shrine. You all figured out ways to make friends with her. She let you go while you were exploring. She you came across uh, a sleeping man. He woke up severely depleted in resources. Um, you guys got into a battle. He managed to extract blood from Gulliver and from Shorty before taking off. You continue down, you get into a room where Ares finds a small little artifact, the only remaining artifact in a room full of otherwise destroyed things. You keep going. You find yourselves in a room with a giant slug who demands you pay homage and assumes you're there for him. The Lord of all snails. You convince him that you had food, you had donations, but the donations went bad on the way in, so he permitted you to leave and go get fresh stuff for him. You all left, did not go back. You continued on your way. You wound up in a room with a fey creature. She told you that this is a sacred space and she tried to harm you, but you all proved to be quite strong. And so she eventually halted the battle. She let you go through. You continued on your way. You found yourselves in a hallway lined with interesting masks. As you explored the mask, you realize, well, rewinding a little bit, after passing through the area with that fey creature, you find yourselves in a hallway that has a mural. The mural, you realize, depicts a scene from the Shattering, this moment where the gods were warring and the lands were being destroyed in the process. And all you pointy hatted, very smart individuals happened to notice a small moment in this massive painting where it seemed like six or so figures were silhouetted around a fire. Ares figures out by way of slightly destroying the wall that there's a button and pushes it. That whole mural slides down, and you all are presented with a hallway with masks on the wall. Again, pointy headed individuals figure out that each one of these masks seems to be from or align with one of the ancient civilizations that was documented to have uh, come out of the Shattering, as peoples from around the universe kind of came together and these like various uh, civilizations kind of flourished in different parts of the world. Each mask seems to represent a different one of those ancient civilizations. Most of those masks are now sitting in Gulliver's bag of holding, with the exception of two. One of them that was tossed away to try to uh, distract a mech that was attacking you after a long time. The other one was broken by none other than Dr. Ford in a moment of frustration. Uh, Taking a severe beating from the mech, you all run past a bunch of zombies where we had really, really cool moments from Ford and Dr. Dr. Ford and Shorty, basically getting rid of 20 plus zombies in two fell swoops. And Ares doing damage to the last ill zombie that was just at the door. You all manage to get inside, and you find yourselves in this room, which is covered in dust. There are some ancient bottles on the shelves, some of which are now in Gulliver's bag of holding as well, or with the kind of unconfirmed belief that they might be some sort of potions of healing due to their herbal scent. And in the middle of the room were, when you entered, two still figures, a male and a female. I will go back and correct one thing. Actually, will I? No, I won't. They are each outfitted in flowing white linen fabric cloth, yellowed with age, but still quite nice. Um, you decide collectively to take another short rest here, to collect your things, recuperate, bandage. Uh, Octavia, the journalist who's been with you since the beginning, she was badly injured. Aeris was almost on, had also passed out. So Dr. Ford took a few moments to dole out some healing to the group, getting everyone back up to pretty reasonable situation. Finally, everyone feeling better. You all collect yourselves around the unconscious, sleeping, potentially dead. Who knows what figures on the table. Uh, Dr. Ford and if I remember correctly, uh, I think it was Aries are kind of taking a closer look at one of them when Shorty decides to just pick up one of the arms to look at it, and they both snap awake. That is just about where we were. Do we have any questions? Anything we want to refresh around or fill in?
I just want to say one thing. I feel like it's becoming like a classic pattern. We get into the place, we're trying to investigate, and the moment we were like, okay, we're gonna actually find out, and Shorty's just like,
Touching
I,
stuff.
I love it. I love it. It's just like such a predictable pattern, and I'm like, Shorty, come
You
on.
are the wheels of progress, Shorty.
Yes.
Also, to Shorty's credit, this is the one space where Dr. Ford did not say his famous lines.
Oh yeah, right.
Hmm?
What,
You mean
don't touch
Dr.
anything?
Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
no
mean Dr.
toques.
Jones, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
No
We've been
toques de
sitting.
locus.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah, especially that.
She's she's all about us touching stuff. It's the only way we're gonna figure stuff out.
Yeah. Dr. Ford, Dr. Jones is what I was referring to.
Call it a
Brian,
dice
you said
ball sack.
you had a thing.
Guys,
You're
Just post short rest reminders. So I got my channel divinity back, which means I can seduce plants or kill a whole bunch of zombies.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Excuse me,
That's
what did you say? What did he say?
I like seducing
charm
plants.
animals and plants, man. Which I tried to charm a plant before. I'm still not totally sure if it worked. But it was
That's
an
pretty
attempt. An attempt was
Yeah.
made.
So we healed last session, correct?
Yeah, we did short rest, so you would rolled hit dice to heal. There was also some healing spells
We should
to
be all
make
caught
up.
up. Oh, that's the
Yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
update. Is I have no more uses of my medical kit. It's
But you have
done.
spell slots, I believe.
Yeah,
Right?
my key
I
points are
have
back because of the
have
short rest,
two.
so we good on that.
I have a
Yeah,
second
Um,
level slot and a
we're-
third level slot. That's it.
I have an herbalism kit.
no, he had healing kits. It's different. Herbal kit.
Sometimes you can use that for healing, but I think you need a specific
No,
feat
you
or
can
something.
stabilize and you can spend 8 hours to make you as a cleric. You can make a potion.
A potion of healing, yeah.
But you need 25 gold worth of herbs to make. So you can make a healing potion. 8 hours, 25 gold pieces worth of stuff. And
Takes
Is
8
herbalism
that
is a
hours.
it's
proficiency.
exclusive to cleric, isn't it? Though,
Yeah, you need
can
to.
a barbarian do that?
Only a person who's proficient with herbalism kit.
I'm
Because
saying I don't have that proficiency.
because me
I'm
and the
proficient.
other DM, we went like at a length of getting in deep of like potion making. So yeah, that was the thing.
Do you think people with herbalism kits can make joints?
Yeah,
in
I'd
the
like to think
right
so.
environment, yes.
Hell yeah.
but if you want to make a potion, you need proficiency with herbalism kit. So I think joined is falling into like a different category.
RP, yeah. I think that's falling into RP
Yeah.
usage.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
I think I would still count that as a usage of an herbalism kit if you decided to use it to roll joints. But you
But
know,
you're
I
gonna
like
be
that.
really,
I like
you're gonna be
that.
feeling really nice though.
I like that
yeah.
actually.
Well, I imagine like an herbalism kit because it's sold more widely than other things. What you're getting is more like a CBD joint than a fucking true Delta 9.
Yeah,
Anyway,
like
we're in
he's-
a room. There's some
yeah.
people who have just woken up. Uh, we'll start it from the moment where they sit up. Uh, the male sits up and says, "Why have I been awoken?" I believe Dr. Ford said something along the lines of like, "We didn't mean to wake you. Please go back to sleep."
Were they speaking common, or I thought they were
At that
speaking
moment, they were speaking
something?
Alaman, but
I
you
was
had
saying.
answered in common.
Yeah, I think in just general, I just instinctively said, "I'm so sorry we woke you."
Yeah. So the one that you were looking at, the bed, and the one that you were interacting with, we'll say the one that's between Ford and then Shorty and Gulliver, that's the male who sat up. On the other side, kind of behind you, you may not have seen immediately. Maybe uh, Shorty and Gulliver, who are facing in that way, might have seen the silhouette of the other figure sit up at the same time. Um, they both do sit up though, even though only one of them was touched. Uh, I think Dr. Jones, you had said something.
Well,
Because you
I would
heard
have
them saying you heard the man saying Alaman, why have I
I
been
would have
awoken?
heard it, but I was staring at the door, so it's more of like turning around like, "Oh, hello."
As you turn around, you see the female is sitting there. She's the shawl, the what was covering her was like a thin white blanket. As she sits up, the blanket kind of falls. She's wearing basically like a silk looking slip. Like you can see her bosom, you can kind of see her shape through it, thanks to the light cast by the various light spells in the space. Um, she has raven black hair, and as she turns to look at you, you see uh kind of delicate features, very, very, very pale skin. But as you look her in the face, her eyes look like void. It looks like from where you're standing with the light cast from your torch, it looks like they're empty. You don't see the reflection of light on any kind of unlike if there wasn't like a black eye with like a sphere like a reflective surface, you'd be able to see that reflection. You see emptiness, nothing. uh, and as you stare for a second more, you see what actually looks like smoke moving through the eyes very slowly. She turns to look at you. Who are you?
Dr. Jones kind of starts moving towards the side, I guess towards this
Oh,
direction.
yeah. On pause. So now you should be able to move around as you wish.
Gulliver is gonna say, "We're travelers, and we're protectors. Others come after us. They, they're we think they're worse than us. They want to kind of take a bunch of stuff and use it for bad purposes, and we're academics, and also we fell here on accident, so we're really just trying to leave. If you
I think she's
could
still
help with
speaking
that."
Alaman, so you probably wouldn't know what she asked.
I see.
As Gulliver says this,
Oh, okay.
the man sitting on the table swivels so that his legs come off of the table. But instead of kind of falling off so that he's sitting kind of like with an L, as he's swiveling, his legs automatically switch to sit cross-legged. So he's now sitting upright, cross-legged on that same thing. Even though he's sitting on this thing, the thing is quite high, and you can tell he is a long-figured person. He is looking at you straight in the eye. He has white, short, cropped hair, and as he looks at you in the face, you see very, very pale skin, sharp features, and in his eyes are not eyes. They look white, but as you look at them, you can see that there is a kind of there is like a pearlescent sheen and what looks like moving smoke where the eyes would be. So there's no pupil, there's no color. It's just white void. Doesn't reflect light. Almost seems to be like a negative space. But you can see a little bit of smoke. He looks at you, and in a very broken, ancient version of common, he says, "How long?" And you get the sense that he means like time, date, how long has it been?
How long has it been since the shattering? Out of character.
1700 years?
Gulliver would know that as a magic historian, so he would say, well, you might want to sit down. I guess you are? Anyway, 1700 years?
Is he still speaking in Alderman?
No,
No,
the
he was
this
broken.
figure is speaking in an it's so old it's like the version of like it's almost like when we're trying to listen to Shakespearean English, where it's like almost a different dialect, but there's like reverse engineering things. It's like as we continue the conversation, just imagine for a moment that that's almost what it's like. Like
Old
you're
English.
hearing intelligible words, but like things are moved around in sentences, and it takes almost like a deconstructing and reconstructing to understand. Um, he you see he turns his legs, his butt remains seated face you guys, but he turns almost like a contortionist level of twisting, and he turns around to look at the female. The female has turned to look at him. uh they look at each other. You can see they see you all of you get a sense that like they're exchanging a significant look. She turns back to Dr. Ford in Alaman. She says, "Why have you come here?"
Wait to me or
Order
Dr.
Jones.
Sorry, Jones. I'm gonna have to get nameplates. I just need little nameplates.
Dr. Jones answered her, we were seeking to protect, and we accidentally were entombed here with you. We did not mean to disturb your rest. May I inquire when your rest started?
She takes a moment. I cannot say. I fall asleep and I wake up and it feels like only a moment has passed. All of this is in Alaman. As you sit there, roll me a perception check.
All of us?
No, just Jones. Dr. Jones. Don't forget to add proficiencies.
15 plus 5, so 20.
Hell yeah. As you look with the light of your lamp, you see it looks like the black emptiness of her eye looks almost like it's starting to come seep out of her eye. And almost imperceptibly, you see what looks like a little crack, looks like it's starting to form on her just on the topmost part of her lower eyelid area. Again, very, very pale, raven black hair. Everything about her is pale. You see that her hands have no color to the nail bed. Her lips have no color. There's no uh, coloring in her cheeks or anything like that. The only color is it's almost like someone has drained the world of color when you look at her. It's just basically starch black in the hair and eyes and white, like true white.
Uh, Dr. Jones is still moving, kind of, sort of, so he can get to a point where he's kind of between them.
Mm-hmm.
As you get close to Dr. Ford, she'll ask you, can you ask him what their last memory was?
He then poses that question to the female, and he kind of whispers to Dr. Ford. He's like, it's interesting that one of them sort of speaks common. I do wonder when their rest started.
Yes, the same. Although I still think quite a while ago. Do I recognize that kind of in the same sort of equivalency of like Shakespearean English or like Middle English? Like, do I recognize just from my own studies like what time that version of common might come from? It's like if someone spoke it now, I go, oh, okay, that's like 1500s, 1600s.
Yes, the scholars among you would would be able to, within the few words spoken by the man, be able to draw a very loose parallel of his spoken word to the earliest scrolls and documents that have been found to date. And this English seems almost to predate the earliest known text by a little bit. So, as old as you could possibly believe this temple is. And to the question asked by Dr. Jones, she replies, also in broken common, this is our home. Or like in the version of like a Yoda backwards, home this is. They look at each other meaningfully again. The man comes off of his kind of table. He walks over, he gives her a hand. She places a very delicate, slender fingered hand into his, and they stand up. They take a moment to like look at their hands as they move them. They look around the room, but you can't tell what they're looking at because again, there's no discernible eyes. She's got voids, and he's got like white smoke essentially. They look at the potion jars, they look at the shelves, and they look around at you guys for another moment.
Seeing them kind of start moving around, Dr. Jones quickly goes, by the way, I am Dr. Jones. And then he starts gesturing to each one in the group, saying their names. May we know your names?
We are known as Soulbinders. I am Deathbringer. He is Life-Giver. She replies to you.
Does any one of us heard anything like this before? Should we? Okay.
No.
Jeez.
Or like religious studies or anything?
No.
Like a history, whatever.
Does Dr. Jones tell the? Oh wait, she speaks the weird common. Shorty is just transfixed on her eyes, just can't stop staring.
As you look, it is now more noticeable. That little crack that Jones initially saw that seemed like it started at the topmost part of the bottom lash, the other eye seems to have a crack forming just on the top, the lowest part of the top lash.
Are you okay? Your eyes.
Doing the thing.
She takes one slender hand to her eye. She touches it. She pulls it away. There's nothing on her hand. She goes, "You are all safe for now."
Um,
Mm.
Dr. Jones quickly asks, "What is the purpose of your sleep?" And you can see his eyes are darting to all the doors.
Mm-hmm.
We lay asleep here because our souls are trapped in this place.
Do you want to be free?
No.
Why not?
Are you?
They look at each other for another moment. And again, you get a sense that they're like exchanging some kind of significant look. They're not saying anything to each other. You don't see them kind of casting any verbal components for like a message spell or anything like that. But they look at, he looks at all of you with a little bit of, not concern, but somewhere in the vicinity of concern. Curiosity, but with a little bit of, I guess you could say like a little bit of concern in that curiosity. Have you not heard of the Watchers?
Did we?
We might have
No?
met one. I don't know who you're talking about
Watchers?
though.
Like the guardians in this entire temple?
Maybe the Fey lady in the water.
Oh.
Mm.
The Watchers were formed after the Great War. And they essentially, I was trying to like create an eloquent way of explaining this, but it's not going to work. She almost ping-ponging off of each other. They explain the Watchers were a group of 6 individuals who were res- hmm,
Were they like tasked with something? Were
they were self-appointed protectors. Essentially, after the shattering,
yeah.
this group of 6 individuals came together with the purpose of figuring out a way to protect the realm of Isil from another calamitous event.
So they were the Avengers.
Thanks.
Oh no.
Not really.
um,
It made
as they
simple.
give this explanation, Dr. Jones turns to our trusty reporter and asks her if she had a drawing before the destruction of the wall where it showed the people by the fire. If she captured that at all.
Yes, she pulls off the notebook off of her cool little Batman utility belt that she
It's
uses
like
on her
combo
amputated
reporter
arm.
and photographer.
Uh,
Hello.
well, more
Sketch
more
artist.
sketch artist, yeah. She flips back a few pages, uh, and you see there's like she was already in the process of starting to sketch like herself in like various burnt body parts of her, like she was sketching them using them. She flips past those pages, and she sketches like the mural with, and then like a little zoom in of that moment, and she gives it to you.
Dr. Jones takes the page and shows it to them. Again, not understanding whether their eyes work the same way as ours, and he goes, "Is this a depiction of them?"
Yes, he answers.
At that, you see
At
Dr.
this
Jones
point,
is
you can
getting.
see, as you kind of get closer, you see that the cracks around her eyes are at this point easily visible.
Mm.
Kind of they're just like literally like cracking off from the voids through the eyelids. One that first one you saw is at the point now where it's starting to reach the upper, that kind of like upper cheek area where like this kind of bump out area here.
Once they say yes, you see Dr. Jones has that kind of like excitable child look to him, like, ooh. But then as he looks up and sees the cracks, he's like, uh, could you point to the door which would lead us to learn a little more of the Watchers so we may go on our way and you may get back to your beauty sleep?
She looks at you, her head cocks off to the side a little bit. She looks around the room, she sees the two doors. She looks at him. He looks at her, and almost as if speaking for her, he says, "What do you seek here?"
The protection of knowledge and the preservation for all.
He reaches out a hand and just kind of, he doesn't touch you, but you can feel there's like a coldness that comes from his hand as he kind of puts it close to your head, your hand a little bit, your head. And then he nods to himself. Uh, he looks at her and then he looks back at you and he says, "This is not just a place of honor. There is an item stored here. It is meant to be, it was created by the Watchers, and it is very dangerous in the wrong hands. But I believe you and your earnest desire to keep things safe.
Could
Either
you
one
just-
of these doors could be an exit."
Could you describe the item so we recognize it when we see it?
Do you know the god for whom this shrine was erected?
Is it Namta?
Yes. I need the name of this thing. 1 second. No, it's just one of those weird words that I only know when I see it. And I will of course explain what it is in a moment. Because it is not a commonly used word either.
I love words.
Where is it? Meow. Meow.
A little tip for people while Ariana is looking for, if you want to keep your stuff clean but you like eating chips, use chopsticks.
Hey, life hacks. Especially with Doritos and
I would if I could use them.
Nice.
How did you see me wipe my barbecue chip dust on my shorts? How did you see that? It's not even a thing. But you knew. You knew somehow.
I have a husband. I know how it works.
she looks up and she speaks. It is a phylactery, and that is where our souls are. If you find it, keep it safe. So a phylactery is something that traps souls.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just your two souls, or are there many in this phylactery?
It is our two souls and the small essence of our God.
And she kind of shivers at the last three words there and goes, "Oh, well."
As the female speaks, the last words that she says, you can see a little bit of black smoke starts to come out of her mouth. You see the inside of her lips looks like it's turning black. The inside of her mouth looks like it's going dark.
I would recommend not going near that smoke because you might die instantly. Per her name.
Forget about the smoke. We need to leave this room.
You cannot
anything-
leave yet.
Anything happening to
we can't.
the male's eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing from him.
Do you still need something from us? What can we do?
We need wine.
Reasonable request. Does anyone have wine?
Do we have any in our rations?
I don't think I would.
I have
He
water.
takes a step to the side, and he gestures to the empty goblets on the table between them, and he says, "In order for us to return to sleep, we have to reactivate the draft. We need
Well-
wine."
Water will not do.
I've got a bunch of old potions. I got a bunch of old potions. Maybe that's the draft?
No, they have residue of the draft in the goblet that's standing on a table between them. They need to reactivate that.
They could add wine to that, it sounds like.
I see.
The thing is, Aeris would not have wine with him for sure.
I'm gonna look around the room for where a potential source of wine might be.
Bueno, Shorty, Gulliver, Jones.
I mean, Gulliver might have some wine.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna head over to these
Probably
bookcases over here.
more likely some like whiskey or something.
Mm-mm-mm.
Wine isn't very portable.
You just keep wine in a flask.
Like a
Shorty's
I mean, you can have a wine skin.
Yeah. You. Oh, that's true. I hadn't thought about a wine skin.
Yeah, Dr. Ford loves wine, but I feel like I'm confident that in the seriousness that she brings to these adventures, she would not bring it along. She would have it upon returning as like the victory dance, you know. Although now in her mind, she's like, "This is why I should always bring wine."
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Nope.
I feel like this is the moment she will regret it.
Dr. Jones' bad habit is his pipe, so no wine on him. Can I search this bookshelf I'm now standing in front of?
You can roll investigation or perception. Sure. Shorty, did you
Aeris?
get back to me? Or Aries? Sure.
I like to do
Aeris
this.
is gonna walk up to them with water skin and ask if adding water to this will help.
He looks at her for a moment. She looks over. She goes, "No one has wine."
24 for
guess.
investigation.
18 for me.
What are you looking for specifically? What do you investigate? Are you just like looking through
Wine.
generally, or
Yeah, just looking for wine.
you see
Okay, yep.
evidence of there was wine in some
Where's
of
the bottle?
those. The bottles are empty, evaporated, dried, desiccated. The corks long since crumbled in. You can see
Ugh.
crumbs of cork at the bottom on the inside.
I think if I
One
do something
moment,
with a spell
please.
here.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's say this one is here. Let's say this one is here. Aries, you've walked up to them, right? Would you say that's about where you are?
Yeah, but the moment they say like, "But you don't have wine," and I'm like, "No, I do not." Sorry.
Well, he looks at her.
Mm-hmm.
And she says in broken common, "We can try the water. Please make me, Aries, just double checking."
I also have like orcish liquor. Don't know if you have a preference.
You have orcish liquor?
Yeah.
You have always had this in your inventory?
No,
He's
I'm
a grad
making it
student.
up right now. I'm a grad student with a flask.
Then I will have some rice wine, sure, yeah.
Please
Maybe
make
not.
me Aeris a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. Oh my god. Eight.
Okay. As she says, we will have to try, this will have to do. From her mouth, you see a particularly large plume of black smoke comes out of her mouth. At this point, her lips are entirely black. You see, uh, under the fingernails, the beds, as she reaches out for the canteen, you see her fingernails have turned black, and the black is now starting to vein up. You see the black is like coming up through the veins of her skin, and it's very stark and easy to see under the pale, almost translucent skin that she has.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hand her the thing?
Wait, didn't Aeris say that they were going to pour some of the water into where the wine remains were in the chalice, right? Did I hear that incorrectly?
Well, yeah, I offered the water work, and they were like, "Well, we can try." And
Oh,
she's
did you?
extending,
Oh,
and
you're
she's
just.
extending hand to take the water from me. For like, is that how I understand?
Oh, okay. I
Mhm.
misheard. I thought you because somebody said the remnants of the wine that's in the
I
glass was like
I'm
you could
gonna
maybe
yeah,
dilute the water. But...
I'm gonna ask, like, do you want me to pour it for you? I don't want to avoid touching her.
Uh,
Like, this is very like he will be like, I can do it for you.
he reaches back and takes the goblet. He's looking at her. He reaches a hand out, and you see, very gingerly, with a lot of, uh, not reverence, but loving. You see, he gently like does one of these to her face as the cracks are now coming down her face. She reaches a hand up and touches one of the cracks, and as she pulls her hand away, you can see there's a little bit of black smearing on her hands. He just kind of touches her. He doesn't, even though he's touching her, it doesn't seem like he's getting anything on him. Um, he then reaches back and grabs one of the goblets and holds it out for you.
I'll pour
Uh,
to whichever he presented. Yeah.
as he looks at the goblets, he looks at you, and then he turns over his shoulder to uh, Ford. He says, "You should all leave soon."
Yeah. Okay.
Shorty's
Yes.
headed directly to the door. He doesn't know which door, but he is headed to the first door he sees.
Hey,
Uh,
should we go a certain way?
I don't know.
I think north.
Sure. Sound good.
uh,
Um,
she
before we go,
points a blackening finger toward the door that you all seem to be clustered, the double doors kind of toward the top of the room.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, the pointer thing isn't working. And she just says, "That way." And you see more black plume coming out of her mouth.
may I ask one more question about the phylactery?
Yes.
They who control it, do they control life and death?
In a manner of speaking.
Thank
You
you.
see now, like, black plumes are coming out of her mouth, but also it seems like the black smoke coming from her seems to be kind of clinging to her, and over time you're seeing like a little bit of a black mist coming up out of the would-be eye sockets, but it seems to be mostly kind of sticking close to her in this kind of semi, almost like a viscous form. It seems to be floating around her, uh but it's definitely like slowly pluming out.
Well, I think we should leave them um to
Thank you.
the.
Bye.
I have the door open.
And you open the door. Wait a minute, what's happening here? Okay. Excellent. You all exit. You find yourselves in a nondescript hallway. One moment, please, as I
So who's carrying a light source?
Jones and
Mhm.
Ford, I believe.
Okay.
Yep. I'm making my way in to make room for people.
Okay.
I think we should try to be quiet.
Bye, guys.
As you enter the
That's what I
space.
say to the Lich.
Is this the march? So this is the marching order right now. We've got Aeris and Ford in front, followed by Gulliver, followed by Shorty, Gulliver, and then Jones in the rear. Is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
our trusty reporter has remained in the room.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting.
How's she
doesn't need to stay.
doing?
She's all right. She's bandaged up. She's moving not as lively as she was before. You can see she's got some aches and pains. Some some parts where she's trying not to move too much. Areas where she's trying to be a little ginger, but in general, she's all right.
Once everyone has cleared, Jones will take the time to make sure to close the doors behind us.
Uh-huh.
But he will also, in first in common, say, "Sleep well, my friends." But then in Alaman, he also drops, as he's shutting the door, "We may not be your last visitors." Closes the door and starts walking away.
Way to leave him in a moment of suspense.
Well, he wanted to make sure he gave them all the proper information.
I like that. I like that.
We can't let that phylactery fall into anyone else's hands. I don't even want to think of the results of that.
I think that's what my friend from a temple was talking about.
Yes, I
You
think
see
we
Dr.
finally know
Jones
what we're here for.
Dr. Jones looks up. He's like, "I agree, but I also think we should find it before anyone wakes them up again. I fear if her condition gets any worse, the safety of this building, what little we may have of it, may get even murkier."
As you say that, one of the cracks in the wall, you some dirt and rubble kind of shifts out and falls on the floor, as if it's an omen.
Yeah.
Very good point.
Well, that if that's not a sign.
Shorty like scaredly jumps about half his height.
Why?
But
Out of
Why
fear.
did you jump?
when the thing
Oh,
crumbled.
okay.
Out of
okay,
fear, yeah.
okay. As you enter, I pause this for just a moment before you open any doors. As you enter this hallway and you start making your way up and then down the hallway, please don't open any doors just yet. A kind of a bitter smell, kind of almost assails you. There's still the poisonous smell here, the poisonous smoke, but at this point you don't smell it as strongly. What you do smell is something that's almost like acidic in nature. It to the point where like it's kind of burning your nasal. It's making your eyes water a little bit. It's like when you put like a harsh chemical on a plastic and it's got that like kind of burning smell, or like a strong cleaning agent. That kind of that feeling.
Ooh.
But
If you
very
sneeze a
mildly here.
Sharpie, this is what it smells like.
No, Sharpies don't make your eyes water.
Okay.
They just kill you some brain cells, but they don't make your eyes water.
Okay, that makes sense.
But if you've cleaned the bathroom before and you accidentally put some like bleach where there was
But
a
I
little
get it.
bit of like
Yeah.
ammonia, you might know what I'm talking about. Actually, perfect. It smells like
gas.
really strong ammonia.
It smells like
Ain't-
chlorine gas.
Or
Yeah.
if you did hair perm, you would know.
Oh, I've never done that, but I've heard that. It's
Well, you
not-
don't need it. You have a curly hair.
I know it's so luscious.
Or like super glue when you're making models like Warhammer.
Or yeah, or like or this is gonna be like 3 hours of us giving the explanations for like I was gonna say
Why our brains are not as good as they used to be.
yeah, no. What's the name of this thing they use for paint? I think it starts with a
Paint thinner.
T.
Paint thinner?
Turpentine.
Turpentine.
Tur-
There you
turpentine.
go. No, but
Oh.
this is more like an old but pungent like ammonia
Paint
smell.
thinner?
No, not paint
Oh,
thinner. I was thinking
Okay,
of turpentine.
actual RP question. Does it
Yes.
smell like embalming fluid, like stuff that you would use to preserve
Oh.
corpses?
That's actually where I was gonna go with. Yeah.
Ooh,
It doesn't
no?
smell like that. And
Okay.
it's definitely coming from the area that you're going to, not coming from
Okay.
the room you just left.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
That would be a smell Dr. Fro would recognize. But
Yeah, no,
okay.
it's not
Does
like
she
it's,
recognize
again,
it
it's like
from
a
like medical
old pee.
fun.
Okay.
You all proceed up to the door.
Yeah, I get to the door, I turn around kind of like, well, is everyone ready?
What's the marching
Yeah.
order?
Similar. The smell is intense.
Is
I don't
there
know
a
what
way?
could be making it.
Yeah. Is there a way, because it's coming from this door, is there a way for us to put down the light sources temporarily? Because I can see in the darkness for a little bit. Maybe I can take a peek without disturbing whatever that is with
Yeah.
the light.
I have dark vision and does say so with the light spell.
Is it cantrip?
Lasts for an hour. It is lasts for an hour. It does say completely covering the object with something opaque blocks the light, and she's been lighting up her actually her necklace. It's almost like she has a flashlight on her
So
chest that
basically,
way.
if
She just put her hand
hides
over it.
it will. Oh, okay.
And for Dr. Jones, she's been lighting up the tip of an actual torch that isn't actually lit, but you could just sort of put it in your armpit or something. Like, so yeah, we could cover flashlights if we wanted
But
to.
you can do only one light cantrip at a time. You can't light up multiple. So I
Well,
guess
it's not a
you're carrying-
concentration spell.
Yeah, it's a cantrip, but you can't. It's I think it's if you cast it once. No,
I don't think so.
that's cool.
Yeah, I think that'd only be if I had to concentrate on one, but other than that, it's just one action per casting. But if we're not in combat, I could just keep
Light
adding
up a whole
lights
bunch
places.
of things. Oh
Yeah.
shit! I didn't know.
There's
always thought
other
it's a
light spells that
cantrip.
are limited. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it as a cantrip, it's just like one at a time. So if you cast another one, the first one disappears. But it doesn't say that.
Doesn't say that at least. That's not how I played it. That would be a
Oh
DM
no, the
choice.
spell ends if you cast it again. Okay, no, I was right. It doesn't matter. The thing is, you have a light source, you covering it, and we good to go.
That's fair. I guess maybe the way that we've just been doing it is I've just been lighting up Dr. Jones's torch, and I've just been using my dark vision.
Yep, that's fine.
Does anybody remember?
I was basically looking at it as outside of combat with little else to concentrate on. You just had two slightly less luminescent light sources.
That works.
It's fine. The thing is, we just need to cover it. So whatever is it, one or two, we just need both out, right?
Sounds good
And
to
you
me.
can just recast it again later. Okay, so
So
is light source off?
So what do you see?
yeah. So you open the door. We will leave the light on because he is recording the map for now. Let's see, actually. Let's turn that off and see what happens. All right. So, Jones, you don't see anything, right?
Nothing at all.
Perfect.
I'm gonna open up the other door.
Okay.
As you open up these two doors, a bitter stench assails your senses as you lay eyes on the room ahead. Inside, amid a pile of rubbish, Orphle and Bracken ghostly lights move across the floor. As you take a moment to look at them and your eyes adjust to the sudden darkness, you realize that these creatures scuttering hither and thither are actually giant beetles. They seem to be around a dozen of these creatures in the room, each of which about 3 feet in length. They don't appear to take notice of you as you look into the room. From within the largest pile of trash, where most of the beetles are clustered, some glints of comes glints of something shiny.
Well, I just saw Shorty trying to pass through. You literally get like snagged by the back of like your clothes, and I'm like, nope. Like he's about to do like a stab inside, and I'm like, nope. And I'm like, Shorty, no.
It's probably for the best.
No, I love it. I love it. No, it's perfect. That's
I love
exactly what
this.
will Shorty
It's so
do, and this is
sneaky.
exactly Aeris will be like, yank back.
Yeah, I'm like I didn't even notice because I was like reading this little info here.
I was watching, and then
perfect.
Bueno's face is just like,
Just like trying to sneak between the legs real.
yeah, pretty much. And I'm like,
Who do you think saw the shiny thing first?
yeah, absolutely.
It was definitely Shorty, and he's definitely already thinking about how can I reach that shiny.
It's like, Shorty,
I love this so much. So great.
Classic Shorty.
guys, there's a whole bunch of bugs, and they're huge, and there's stuff inside. How do we want to approach?
You see each beetle seems to be letting off their own kind of reddish hued light.
Hmm.
When I whispered, did I see extra movement? Was there a reaction to when I was whispering back to
No, they
Okay.
didn't seem to notice.
Okay.
I wonder if we can attract them to a certain spot, like with some light or something to get them out of the way.
I know, right? Well, we can use your light trick. Right?
Just out of curiosity, all you said was that there's bugs in there, right?
There's like big bugs in
Mhm.
there. Like huge.
No.
And they're glowing.
No. I'm asking, what did you say? Like,
Yeah, I was just like,
exactly what you said.
there's oh, I don't remember exactly, but like he would try to convince like there's big bugs, there's stuff inside, very scary. Ew.
So anyone paying attention, the moment you said bugs, Dr. Jones started taking many steps back.
Well, we will
Our
see it.
bugs, your snakes.
So I wish to amend my statement. When you open the door and you look around, there's no immediate reaction. When Shorty steps into the room and you reach and you grab him and you say, no, the closest beetles in the area stop what they're doing and slowly start skittering in your general direction.
Well, I want to try. I don't know if I
slowly?
need to roll something because I kind of want to make it. If it was possible for me to catch before he even stepped in, like I just see like the step like right before. Like I
Yeah.
want to see if I can
So,
catch him before this. But
Here's what I'm thinking.
yeah.
And you guys let me know how you feel about this. I think this might be a contested role. Shorty's stealth versus your perception. How well are you attuned to the bugs that would you even notice like if Shorty's like really carefully sneaking?
Yes, absolutely.
Go for it.
I like it.
I think this is exactly when. Where is my dice?
Can I help with the perception roll? Since I'm
both
standing right
were
there
looking.
also. And we could both notice and grab Shorty.
I'm rolling stuff, right?
Mhm.
Yes. Okay, so on some real
Oh,
real.
goddamn.
How, as a doctor, how interested would you be in the beetles? If you think that you would be like actually like not interested enough to potentially notice, what did you roll on your stealth?
Really
23.
well.
23? Okay. So can,
Yeesh.
I
If
mean,
you
unless
think- if
you
you
have a
think
modifier high enough,
after-
that probably has you beat.
well, you never know.
Please
I
help.
what I will say is, if you really think that Dr. Ford would be paying attention to this and not totally like interested in what's going on, like little lights glimmering in the darkness, then you can roll the help. Then you can do the help action.
And no, she would be very distracted.
Yeah, Aeris was just trying to make it like all, caution, caution, but apparently he rolled a 6 in
She's
total.
studying them.
It's 6 in
Is
total.
Aries particularly afraid of bugs, or is
No,
the
he just.
smell so strong that maybe your eyes are watering as you looking into the room?
I think that's what it is. He's a air genasi. He's not okay with not fresh air. So I
Yeah.
think he would be very like, okay.
Yeah, so basically, yeah. I mean, because that's the other thing. It is you are still in the smoke. The poison air obscures, and you've snuffed out all the lights.
Oh yeah. If I need to explain the roll 6, I was just like coughing that stench off, like completely not okay.
Okay, so let's rewind a little bit and let's say, Shorty, you have. Please explain how you stealthily managed to get on a 23 between Ford and Aries, and what are you doing in there? Because also 23 means that they haven't noticed you just yet.
Yeah.
So I see that it's quiet and it's dark, and I get on. He gets on his knees, which is not a far distance. He is a halfling, so he's just and he kind of makes his way between their legs, kind of like an exploring child, uh, and just basically just takes like one kind of like crawl into the place and immediately sees that flashy thing.
You'd be like
Hears
eye to
the
eye with a
noises
beetle.
while Dr. Ford is just like distracted by these beetles. Shorty is quite the opposite. He is not distracted at all by the beetles. He's distracted by the shiny thing. But he is just like he don't want to cause shit, but he also wants to know more about that shiny thing.
Okay, okay.
And that's
Was that
when
enough
I
detail
get him
or
I love
out,
it.
or
So what do? Do you keep like shuffling into the room, or did you stop just at the? Because also the room is full of. It smells awful in here, but also it's covered. The floor is covered in junk. Again, just to describe, inside amid a pile of rubbish and bracken, there's kind of these like warm colored ghostly lights skittering around. So the floor is full of gross yuckiness, and your face is like poking into the gross yuckiness.
Yeah, I mean, Shorty was only gonna just go as far as getting his head past the legs.
Okay, okay.
So
That's all I
like,
wanted to know.
he doesn't want to be the first one in the room, but he wants to be the the one who goes for the prize.
Yeah.
Ask you a quick question. Did you say bracken?
Hmm.
That was a word I had not heard before, so I googled it and I learned that bracken is ferns. They're plants. Is that
Oh, and
true?
if it's, I mean, as written in the description, yeah, bracken and
That's a
offal.
that's important to the nature cleric to
What's
know that
offal?
this room
Offal
is full
is,
of
uh,
ferns.
yeah. It is a. This is exactly the text from the description. I will paste it here so that you all can. Actually,
No,
I'll just put
no,
it here.
offal is like food. It's like
Yeah,
decomposing like animal
yeah.
flesh.
Hmm. So I shared it in the map so you can see. But yes,
Okay, good to know.
yeah.
There have not been many live
Uh,
plants in this place, so I'm happy that there's some.
why you didn't? You weren't able to help. Uh,
That would have distracted me a lot.
okay. So you guys, you have seen, experienced this. What do you do?
So the
Aries.
lights are separate from the beetles. or with the beetles?
Nope. The lights are the beetles.
Okay.
Well, as soon as I notice Shorty, if I do, I need to shuffle him inside. And I'm like, well, we definitely don't want to interact with those.
I'm trying to find a good bug skittering sound to layer in here.
Oh, that
They
could be.
might-
Oh.
Trying to give me
They
nightmares?
might not
What's going on
present-
here?
Yeah, bro.
They might not present a threat as long as we can
Oh,
distract
this one.
them. They also they seem to be surrounded by
Right.
what they like.
Oh no, girl, no. Honestly, like I thought it could be fun, but it's not. I actually like I'm scared of bugs, and then this is a little too good.
It's pretty gross.
that was so fucking gross. Like, thank you,
Damn.
but this is
I just want you guys to feel like you're looking at bugs.
No, I know, but like I have a phobia of bugs. Don't do this to me.
Okay. Damn. All right. Oh, good.
Just looking at that thing is already like, ugh.
Yeah.
So, oh my god, I get so scared. Like my plans just went out the fucking window.
I think that's an accurate 6. That's an accurate 6 on perception.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So you guys are
Are
there.
we trying to distract by lights? What if they're not gonna react to light? I tried to find a little stone.
Are you
on,
guys
like, in the
talking while
corridor.
you're here with the doors open?
I'll close. Hey, Shorty, I shoved the Shorty back first. Shorty,
She just locks Shorty.
Yeah, let's close the doors up.
so are we trying to like make a sound, a light, or both?
I think a light will maybe be the most convincing, especially if it's a
Can you
different
take-
color and brightness.
I'm gonna pick up like a rock. If there's like a loose rock somewhere, I'll pull it up from the wall or something.
You're gonna
wanna-
pick up the rock that fell out of the wall just as
Yeah. Absolutely. I will do exactly that. I'm gonna pick up that rock that fell.
the ominous rock that fell
Yeah,
just as
yeah,
Jones was
absolutely.
saying, we don't know how long this place is gonna stand.
Uh,
Yeah. So
Speaking
can
of
you
which,
make
I don't
that
know if
light?
any of you noticed that Jones has now moved all the way to the end of the hallway.
Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones, we are devising a plan.
Yeah.
You see, he looks very nervous. You said bugs, right? What
Yes.
what kind?
Beetles.
Just some beetles.
I think. They're a
And you
little
see-
too big for beetles, though.
And you see, when you say beetles, he kind of
Definitely
drops to his knees, and you can see as someone like really relieved. He's like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna say spiders. Oh, I thought you were gonna say."
No spiders. No spider. Not in any way arachnids.
And then he starts
Okay.
walking back. Now you can see he's like, oh, thank God, oh, thank God.
Okay, good.
So-
Continue with. You wanted me to light up the little rock?
Yeah, and I can throw it to the opposite direction of where the doors were, because I saw the doors. Right, my dark vision was long enough to get it, because I saw it on a map. So
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
I saw
Yeah.
them too.
Yep.
So there were doors, so I can like throw that rock to the side, and we just skitter across to the door.
I think that's our best bet.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Okay, light it up. I'm holding to you.
I'm gonna try to. Can I kind of condition this particular light spell to actually be a little dimmer than its full strength?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because normally it's 20
Yeah.
foot radius, and I just want this to be like a little light to be distracting,
Yeah.
not light up the entire room and then they see everything.
And you're gonna again turn off your light, so this is the primary light, right?
This is the only light. Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add a token to the board, shrink it down, and then give it light and reduce the light. So just give me a moment while I shenanigan this. I think we're gonna do we'll give another Jones on the board. I mean a forward on the board. Make it really
board.
small. We're gonna do configuration. Just give me 1 second to do this. Light. light radius. Let's do 5. Let's see what 5 does. Mission angle, color intensity. Okay. Let's do. Oops, didn't mean to turn that down. Let's do 1. Okay. Light intensity is quite small. Update. Okay, that's good, right? It's good. More or less what you guys had in mind.
I think that's perfect. And I will.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. You don't have to
Tiny
change
little
anything.
your
But
face. Gonna chuck it
I'm
into
just
the
gonna
wind.
say it's a green light. Just
Oh, I
'cause,
can make it green.
if you want to make it green.
If
Okay.
you guys can.
Something
Oh.
that's really different than their own little red light
Mm.
or whatever color their lights are. I think you
Okay, I
said
made
they're
it
red.
green
Assume-
too. I made it green too. I don't know if it looks
So
good.
you just went green too. Nice.
I don't.
This is what it looks like.
This is what a high budget YouTube D&D show can
Mhm.
afford, guys. Green lights.
Yeah.
You
How
like
green is it?
them apples.
Is it a light, like, is it bright neon green or like?
No, that's good. Yeah, like a soft green.
All right. All right, you've got your little rock. I need
Who's throwing it?
strength check.
Aeris.
Also, I forgot to click off my key points for the dark vision spell since I passed out. I had to recast it, I think.
I think we looked that up. Unless I'm
Did we?
misremembering, I think it remains even if you're. But do double check.
It says for duration, which means that it's not right. Oh yeah, right. We did check that. Now I'm remembering. We were actually looking this stuff up. Okay, so yeah, I still have dark vision. Amazing. So I'm trying to shove it. I'm gonna open a door, and pretty much as soon as I open, I'm gonna do it here. Oh, the point click doesn't work.
I could open it.
No, it's
I'll
not
do
open
mine.
it. I wanted to show where I want to throw it.
Yeah, for some
Uh,
reason the clicker is not working.
Right? So south. I think if I didn't see the door there, I think. So
Sorry.
I'm trying to get them to the
Just if
kind of
you
like
just hover your
south
mouse, I'll be able to see on the board where you are. Okay,
right
so
here.
you're okay. Got it. Right
Somewhere
here.
here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if I need to kind of
Make
like my body's out and then throw.
make a strength check for me.
And as soon
Don't
as I
forget to
see
add
this
modifiers.
is working, I'll open up the other door so we can gun it across.
Can I do acrobatics? I guess right. What do I do? Strain? Okay. The other dice went to the dice jail because it sucked. Let's go. Okay, that's better. 11.
Okay, good enough. Yeah, DC 10. That's it. So you throw the little pebble. As soon as you open the door, on the otherwise dark space with the only little bits of light coming from the beetles, you hear lots of little chittering, and it all stops for a moment, and then you hear the sounds of like cans getting knocked over, things getting falling or moving. You're hearing like rubbish sounds moving around, like someone's kind of like sifting through stuff as bugs start like kind of popping up out of the trash, headed in the general direction of you guys. Toss this little rock, this ill-fated rock into the corner, light kind of like arching in the darkness, and we will put this over here. Say there's that. And all the chittering and the bugs change direction, and they are start going in the direction of the light. Now what do you guys do?
Oh shoot, there's a door to the north.
Yeah, that's why I threw it to the south so we can choose which one. So like, are we going to the double doors or to the one door to the to the south? South. Ugh, I can't English. Come on,
This is
guys.
not a conversation we have in the middle of this room right now.
Okay, then we're just going
Should-
forward.
should- yeah, should I say
Once-
we'll go straight across?
Well,
You just
wait,
one
wait for
person
them.
choose go.
Yep, she's moving.
So-
As a
Wait,
human being without dark
can-
vision, someone better be holding my hand.
I'll say Ford's been guiding you along by the hand.
Yeah, I have 40 feet, so in one turn I definitely dashed. Is the door open? Is it unlocked?
As you go to unlock it, it is unlocked.
Okay, let's go, 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 go.
Should I
Gulliver,
try
you
the
have-
top one?
We don't have
I
to.
can't actually see anything on the map,
Should I
so I
try the
can't
top
move my
door?
token.
Neither can I, actually.
Wait,
I'll move your tokens.
Gulliver's gonna open this door, the top door, and take a little peek. What do I see?
A hallway with a slightly down sloping floor.
Down sloping. Okay. And then he's gonna run back with everyone else.
As you all kind of pile in, the first of you entering, Dr. Ford, you walk into what is a very small footstep, like a base step at the bottom of what looks like a very, very, very tall flight of stairs. As you're standing there, everyone else running in behind you, there's only really enough space truly for like two people to stand here, so it becomes one of those moments where like you're at the edge of a cliff and someone like runs into you. Basically you're like forced to take a few steps forward onto the stairs as everyone's like go 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 go, and you've stopped for a moment and now you're like at the top of the escalator and you stop for a moment. Now people are piling in behind you. All of the bugs went for the little shiny light.
Excellent plan.
You
The ominous
see...
rock played its part.
Do you light another light spell?
Yeah.
And do you do it on yourself or on the Ford's on Jones's torch?
Does that cost you a spell slot?
No, it's cantrip.
No, it's a cantrip.
Okay.
We'll go with Dr. Ford so that it's lit behind, since I have dark vision up front.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Ford.
do too.
Jones? Who did you mean?
For Dr. Jones.
Okay.
Jeez,
Makes
did I
sense,
say
makes
Ford?
sense, I approve.
Yeah, so you are at the bottom of a massive, massive staircase. However, I am very pleased to say, as you all gather yourselves for a moment and you're looking up, you all feel, as you're looking up, a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of happiness, and a little bit stronger. The thought that you might be going up a level in the dungeon means that you have all leveled up.
Oh shit! Oh snap!
Yay!
I love the concrete poetry of this. Thank you.
Yeah,
You're
I
welcome.
love it.
You're
That
welcome.
was,
It was
so good.
yeah.
Can I do it now? Can I do it now? Can I do it now?
I know that some of you take more time, want to be able to take more time to look through things. So although you've leveled up, I would say probably, I don't know. It's up to you guys. Do you guys want to do take 10 minutes to do a level now? Do you want to pin the game here and come back? What do you guys want to do? It is 9:30.
Do you think people would want to watch the level process? Maybe.
Yeah, go for it.
Some people
Sure.
love
Yeah,
that.
so we'll just spend the next 20 minutes leveling if that works for you guys too.
Yeah, because for me
I
it's
am
not a big.
Will that be the
Well, I
end
know
of our
like
session,
some
or
of you
will
Let's
it
guys
be
just
a-
go
have.
one by one and like see what happens.
I'm saying, is that the
Okay.
end of our session, or after
Uh,
that?
So
I'm gonna read up a little bit in my own notebook and see what's coming up next to see if there's anything we can do that won't take too much time, and it also depends on how long it takes you guys to level. So we'll see.
yeah,
It's
for me,
9:30. I want to be
Yeah.
respectful of y'all's time. Those of you who have to get up early tomorrow.
for
like
me it's
me.
really quick. Because it's basically I just get three more abilities. One of them is my unarmed strikes are count as magical. For the purpose of overcoming resistances or immunities to non-magical attacks and damages. Unarmed movement. My speed increased by 15 feet while I'm not wearing armor or shield, and as a monk, I don't wear armor or shield. So basically, I'm going from 40 to 55 feet of movement. Woohoo! And yeah, I am speed. And then I get Shadow Step, which basically I get an ability to step from one shadow into another when
Mm-hmm.
you're in dim light or darkness as a bonus action. So I
Cool.
basically 60 feet to teleport to an occupied space that is in darkness or dim light. So I basically can teleport 60 feet from shadow to shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like ninja misty step. Think of it like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. That's all my leveling up.
Uh,
I'm done.
Dr. Jones.
And I get more key points, I think.
Well, I get another favorite enemy and another language.
Cool.
So I'll be doing some reading. So you may want to continue with someone else.
Okay. Shorty, Gulliver, Ford.
I'm
Anybody
having
want to
trouble
talk out
figuring
loud?
this
Think
out.
out loud. Don't level on Foundry. Level on D&D Beyond. I'll just sync it later. What are you guys thinking? Shorty,
Manage
talk to
character
me.
and levels, character
Shorty get
builder.
Shorty
Okay.
gets one more third level spell slot, and
Hell
he
yeah.
also gets one more known spell, and he gets empowered healing. Starting at 6th level, the divine energy coursing through you can empower healing spells. Whenever you or an ally within 5 feet of you rolls dice to determine the number of hit points a spell restores, you can spend one sorcery point to reroll any number of those dice once, provided you aren't incapacitated. You can use this feature only once per turn.
Nice, nice, nice.
Nice.
Wonderful.
What spell you decided to learn? Or it's automatic?
No, I'm gonna look through the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a third
Mhm.
level, you know.
Yeah, there's no
Just a little bit.
pressure to like finalize anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just
I'll
curious
get.
if you had like an idea already like planned ahead. Sometimes I do that for like my spellcasters that have to like learn, not just prepare. But you know,
Alas, I was not prepared.
it's okay.
That's okay. Don't feel bad. Some
I'm
people
saying.
are just like that. I'm like that too. I don't really.
Yeah, I'm a little cuckoo.
I mean, I like to prepare. I just didn't expect this would happen in any way in this session. All right, I will get a
Man, it's been
second.
it's been I've been like really like
We were level 5
wanting
forever,
you guys level
I'm
you guys for a
also
while.
yeah,
which is
I'm also
fine.
the kind of person I level up. I'll start like planning for the next level already, like the moment of.
We've never leveled up in this game. Like we
This is
just
the
were
first
level.
time.
I didn't know we were gonna level up in this game. You know what I mean?
Oh
We
yeah.
started at level 5. I wasn't
Mhm.
sure if we would. At
Oh
least
yeah.
not during
You
this
get one more
mission.
level before the end of the dungeon. I don't know if that tells you anything about
Sweet.
how
No,
big the
but
dungeon is. Well,
that's exciting though.
we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Cause again, it's like which doors do you go through? How long? How well do you? There's That's why it's hard to say how long this dungeon's gonna take or how far you guys are because
Yeah.
you
What if
know.
we skip some stuff?
We might spend half a
Right.
session talking to a crab.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
was gonna say
Exactly.
that's the beauty of this game.
Spend 20
I
minutes
can
just doing this.
Yeah.
I can share my stuff at least like verbally.
Yeah.
So I will get a second channel divinity, so I'll get to use that twice per short rest, which is nice. I don't get
Nice.
another thing; I can just do it twice. My nature domain feature level 6 is I get dampen elements, which is whenever me or another creature within 30 feet takes acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage, I can use my reaction to grant resistance to that creature against the instance of damage. So if somebody gets hit with a lightning bolt, I can give them resistance if they're right by me.
How
It's
far
pretty
they need to be
sweet.
from you?
30 feet, and they
30.
don't have to. Doesn't say a like a friendly creature. It just says a creature within 30 feet. So whether they like it or not, I can grant them resistance. And then I get another 3rd level spell slot, and I'll get, I think I'll get, what's my number of spells known for cleric? I don't, this is the first cleric I've played.
Oh man. Oh well.
Spellcasting ability. Anybody happen to know? Number of spells you can prepare, cleric level.
Yeah, you can
plus
prepare more
wisdom
spells now.
mod.
Guys, we have to go back.
Why?
What happened?
We have to
Shorty,
go back. I just realized something. We have to go back to where the bugs are.
Why?
Why?
Shorty,
There's
why?
there's ferns there. Our god needs plants to eat.
We'll come.
Here's
We'll
the
bring
thing.
it back. We'll come
Wait,
back
here's
this
the
way.
thing. In order to get to that, to the god of all the slugs, we'll have to go through this room anyway. So if we decide to go back, we will pick some plants on the way. And as he
I hate
says
to
that,
disappoint the god of slugs.
Aeris cracks the door open, just snacks one in, and that's it.
You may add a a fern to your inventory. You may add a bracken.
He gives it to Shorty, kind of like
Oh, okay.
this is enough. That's it. Take it or leave it.
I'll try to put it in my inventory later.
You may add a bracken to your inventory.
Like he doesn't give a shit. He's just like, well, just to make Shorty not to
Okay,
open
guys.
that door, just like.
I hope you enjoyed leveling because I'm about to kill you. I hope. Are we ready?
All
or is
right.
it
I
playing the
also
game?
leveled. I got a feature called Bolstering Magic. I can touch one creature, which can be myself, confer one of the following benefits. 10 minutes, the creature can roll a d3 when making an attack roll or an ability check and add the number rolled to the d20 roll. The second one is roll a d3. They regain 1 expended spell slot, the level of which equals the number rolled or lower. But then once they receive it, they can't receive it again until after a long rest. And I can do that 3 times. So I can replenish low-level spell slots.
Cool. I love that.
You replenish level slots for spells. What?
Yeah, I can bolster them with my power of wild magic.
Is it kind of like arcane recovery? Is that what that is?
Yes, but
in a sense,
kinda.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 3 per long rest.
I actually managed to get a couple of spells
Ooh, do tell.
because of the mess we've been in. Made my choices a lot easier. So for level 1, I have Cure Wounds. For level 2, I have Healing Spirit.
What's that?
Ooh,
What is that?
like that one.
So as a ranger, I can summon a little creature, and as long as anyone that's friendly to me stands near it, it'll heal you.
Oh, cool.
Or
Little healer friend.
1d6.
Oh, cute. I love that.
Like per turn? Per what?
If you start your turn near it, or if you, let's see, just start your turn.
Enter, like the thing? Because that poison been poisoning us. If that spirit can just be around us all the time to prevent that poison shit, like that would be great.
Oh no! It's a concentration, and it's only up to 1 minute.
Okay.
So basically, it's a combat starts. I summon him, be like, okay, keep us alive, little
I
guy.
see. Okay. That makes more
Remote
sense. Because I was
healer.
like, if
Yeah.
that thing can like fly for an hour and heal us every like minute or
No.
something.
Yeah.
And it's a
my
level
only
2, which
Mm.
I only have 1 slot left.
Just out of curiosity, when you guys you see in the map the stairs, right? Do you see anything else?
No, just
No.
stairs.
See stairs.
The stairs, yeah.
Okay.
Up to here, like this is the cutoff.
Okay. Just wanted to make
See
sure.
my
Because
cursor.
from the GM's from a GM viewpoint, even when I click on one of your tokens, I can still see certain map indicators for things
Mm.
like I can still see the vague outlines of like tokens that are placed and things like that, like little bits of information. And I wasn't sure if that was also visible to you guys as well. But
No.
I just wanted, cool. Just wanted to be sure. All right,
I just see the outline, like the very, very dark outline of the rooms we've been in, but no
yes,
tokens, just the rooms, like
okay,
mapped
and
out.
then nothing else. The entire rest of
Mm-mm.
the map is totally dark.
Yep, absolute
Mhm.
darkness.
Cool, cool. Okay, if you wanted to, actually, never mind. So it's 9:48. I think we can move just forward maybe like another 15 minutes or so. I kind of looked ahead to see, and I think we can do another 15 minutes if you guys want. Kind of like take it right to 10, might leave us on a nice little cliffhanger.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
We need a little
Last question.
cliffhanger.
Quick level up question.
Yes.
With the increase in hit points, do we
Mhm.
get any healing as a result of that? And same question about the spell slot increases. Do we get that new spell slot as usable? Or is it added empty? Like in Zelda. Like do we have an extra heart but it's not full?
Well, I got a key point added automatically as like to use. That's what was on D&D Beyond. Healing, no. Or yes. One sec.
In D&D
Yeah,
Beyond, it added the
healing. Yeah,
square,
yeah, yeah.
but it's not filled. It just
Yeah, basically,
I
if
now
I
have
was
3 squares.
yeah, I was 43 max.
I will put this question back to you guys. So you guys will decide if you get this resource. And what I mean by that is, how hard do you want the rest of this campaign to be?
Mm.
Obviously, if as you level, you get access to those additional spells and whatever bonuses you get from a level, it will be easier going through the rest of the campaign because you'll have those resources. If you want this to be more challenging, you will only be able to reap the benefits of your level and get those additional spell slots and resources once you get out of the dungeon. This is entirely a how do you want to play the game moment.
I like doing cool shit, including spells. So I always vote for like more resources to pull out some fucking like shenanigans. But that's me.
I think I do lean that way too. Only because this dungeon is so geared toward you're not gonna get a full rest while in this
Yeah.
dungeon, and as a spellcaster, I mean, very quickly I'm gonna get to the point where I can do jack shit with my character, and that feels not fun at all as I'm leveling up. Like that just feels kind of crummy. So I at least want to get something out of leveling up, and even if it's just that tiny incremental benefit of like, okay, I get one more spell slot I can use, or if we push ourselves through another short rest, I could get those. But I'm not getting any spell slots for those short rests. So yeah, that's my vote.
What's the number of low level spells that spellcasters have that would be useful for me to bolster?
Huh?
What do you
So
mean?
I can give spell slots to you from spell slot from level 1 to 3. So who has stuff at 3, 2, 1 that they and like space for it such that they could use that?
Shorty and Dr. Ford, yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
everything's level 1 through 3 for us. I didn't. I even guess I misheard that. I didn't realize you meant for you could do that for other people.
Yeah.
That's great.
I can do it for them.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll put it sort of hand on.
We cannot hear you.
Oh, sorry. I'll put a hand on Dr. Ford. I keep getting rid of the push to talk. I put a hand on Dr. Ford's shoulder and I say, I'm so glad we got out of there. None of it could have happened without you. And use my bolstering magic, infusing her with energy. So roll a d3.
D3?
E3.
Yes, a roll a
Imaginary map
D3.
rocks?
All right, roll D3.
You mean D4?
No, or wait, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think it's 3D something. Assume.
I think it's 3D something.
I only know how to roll custom dice in roll 20, not in.
It's
You
like
can roll a
D3,
D whatever
that's
you
in your
want
deck.
and that stuff. I don't know if you could do that here too.
All right, let me just.
Question, y'all.
You can.
As I'm still trying to figure out which spell to pick, there's so many.
You're not married
Do
to
you
them. You can
guys?
pick what you think works and
I
then
rolled
change
a
it later.
3 out of 3.
Yeah, if you need to change it later before the
rolled a
next
3?
session, you can just change it up later.
Is it a
Yeah,
D3?
it does say D3. Okay,
So I rolled.
so you regain a level 3 spell slot.
Sweet. That's
Or
amazing.
Nice.
it can be lower if you want it to be lower, but
Oh, is it like
is it like up to?
So I could do like 3 level 1s or a level 2 and a level 1.
no,
No,
I think
those
it's just one. But like you could, for some reason, it says the level the creature can have it be lower than the number rolled.
I see. Well, I mean, that could just be really tactical. Like, honestly, I'm out of first level slots, and my first level spells are really helpful. So I'm
yeah,
going to
I
do a
mean-
first level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really,
You're welcome.
D3. That is so cool.
What were
How
you
can
saying,
you
Shorty?
make a custom roll?
I just
was
used the
gonna-
same. Sorry, you answer, and then I'll answer.
No, I wasn't answering that. I was answering Ariana. So you can go first.
I was just going to say, I just did the same text command I do in Roll20, which is /r space and then 1d whatever number. So I just did 1d3 and it rolled a d. It gave me the little dialogue box, and then I hit submit, and then it rolled it for
Yeah.
me.
Are you sure
Yeah.
you want a nonsensical thing?
I mean, I see
Uh,
it. I see it. It's there. D3 was rolled. I'm like, what the fuck?
So I'm picking up. I know we just picked up some healing, and I'm wondering if I should pick up some healing or I should just stay damaging. That's what I was trying to figure out.
Do either damaging or some sort of like buff spells, maybe. Do you have a lot of concentration spells? Because if not, then pick up a concentration spell. Could be some like cool stuff.
Are we all set?
I have 2 concentration spells at the moment.
I'm just looking at spells, but I'm good to keep going.
Bueno, I would say pick what you think Shorty would actually use.
Yeah, that is actually a good way to decide it.
Yeah, 15 minutes or
Okay.
less. Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. I can kill you in 15.
Challenge accepted.
Who's going up the stairs first?
Okay, so we have the light back.
Yeah.
So just so I understand the map, so it's a steps, then a little bit platform, step, platform, step. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because 2D is hard.
Yeah, so
Oh.
each flight ahead of you has about 10 steps. And these
Mhm.
steps are roughly hewn from raw stone, so they're a little bit uneven. And generally they're deeper than the average stair. So climbing up these stairs is not like going up a normal flight. You kind of have to like lift your leg a little bit, and it's closer to climbing than it is to walking up the stairs. They ascend pretty quickly, and they're pretty steep. So who's going first?
I'm gonna use because the shadow step, it's basically unlimited thing, so I can just keep going. So I'm gonna do a shadow step to the top platform that I can see, which is here.
Okay.
To kind of like, guys, I'm gonna go ahead to take a look, kind of like scout ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can tell you, there's more stairs.
Yep. Lots more stairs. What else?
We're going up. Does it feel like it's descending a lot? Like where we were before, we're getting like much higher in terms of like
Mhm.
altitude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you guys think that could be way up, way out?
I hope so.
I really hope so.
Well, I'm gonna do another shadow jump. What do I see?
One moment. Uh, as you guys are making your way up, Gulliver goes to step on one of the landings that Aeris kind of misty stepped over,
Hey.
and the step collapses underfoot. And I need
Uh-oh.
all of you guys to roll initiative.
Woo-hoo! Let's go.
Initiative.
Let's
gonna do
go.
this.
Initiative.
I'm
she
Yeah.
I'm
says.
rolling so shit. Why 11? Okay, you're rolling 11 second time in a row. I don't like it.
So there you go.
My initiative plus 5. 16. I don't remember where do I need to put it. Is that here?
Okay.
20.
Uh,
Did it do it? Did it do it?
one moment for me.
Yes, 16. Okay, correct. Don't like these dice. They fail me.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Wow, that's really cool. Foundry immediately knew what I rolled on D&D Beyond.
Yeah,
Oh,
Brett, 'cause I
what
connected
just
them.
happened? I don't know
Yeah,
what
right
just
there.
happened to my dice. Let me try that again.
Why there's 2 Dr. Ford?
Oh, because
Okay.
one of those is
Oh, a little light. Okay.
yeah.
They didn't come through
Accidentally.
from me.
A little light in
Oh,
mine.
There you go. Okay.
Whoa.
13.
Okay, we need a little bit of different music here. Let's get some.
Oh yeah, why am I in the order twice?
One of it,
I
it's your
removed
light.
you. Remove combatant.
Ah, we go.
Okay. One moment while I queue up something good to play on the radio. I think this will do
Radio.
wonderfully.
Tunes.
Radio.
DJ
Okay.
Ariana in the house.
Yes, yes. Okay. One final moment to just gather what happens and transform it into explanation. Um
Oh, that is like some cool music.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me delete this. Other okay. So Gulliver steps on this, places weight on this step on the way up, and the whole thing depresses. Clunk. You hear a deep rumbling sound coming from the wall, coming from the walls in general. You see little pebbles and little rocks and dust and things on the floor on the various stairs. They start to kind of dance and shake on the ground as this deep rumbling intensifies and intensifies. Another moment, and the wall at the top collapses, and a massive boulder comes rolling straight down, flying down the stairs. I need everyone to make a dex saving throw, with the exception of Prendergast and Shorty, whose passive perception is not high enough, and you are caught by surprise.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Hold on. I might be able to help with that.
Okay.
with my longsword of warning. As it says,
Ooh.
in addition, you and any of your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised, except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. And if you are
Shorty
non-magically
is-
asleep, the sword wakes you up.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Shorty is 35 feet away from you.
Shorty may not be able to help, but sorry,
Gulliver.
Prendergast, I think I can.
Okay,
I didn't
so
realize you were that far back.
Aeris-
To be fair, I was trying to catch up, but it was paused. Just say it.
Mm,
I
was
paused
like-
it when he stepped on this stair.
Got it. Okay, fair.
I mean, it's
I
passive
heart
ability,
you.
so
I heart you.
I tried.
So it's a deck saving
No, but
throw?
meaning like yes, deck saving throws from everyone except Shorty.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Woo,
Let me
that's
know
what
if you
the
rolled.
host should roll.
Let me know if you rolled under a 15.
I did.
And then all right, hang on a second. I love it.
I also did.
How low did you roll? Who of
I rolled
11.
a 3.
3 and
11.
11. Okay. Okay. I'm very sorry about this in advance. I need more dice. I need
She needs
It's never a good thing to hear from the GM.
No.
yeah, I need more dice. I need to get all my dice. I need that big bag of dice. Okay.
It's been a fun game, guys. So glad we leveled up.
See if I can.
Guys.
No, it won't stay. It won't stay.
I killed that level
We
20
need to build
boulder.
one of those epic rolling
Actually, these are good times.
things just for key moments, right? That's what they do.
Oh yeah.
I feel
Oh,
like this is karma because in the one game I did DM, I did send a giant boulder after the players. And so I'm just getting what I deserve now.
You do
Okay.
know who was it? Who chose this door? Who did it? Was it Ford? Ford
Might have
chose
been
the
Ford.
door. We should have went with Prendergast where Prendergast was going.
No, it's the right way.
Technically,
Prendergast went down. Like the one he found went down.
No, that's not right. It's this one. Nope, that's not right. Which one is it? It's this one. Ah, here it is. Okay. So, for those of you who rolled a 15 or more, oh shit.
I got 28.
19 for me.
I'm
For
in
those of
danger.
you who rolled over a 15, you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh god damn it.
Gotcha.
For those of you who rolled or in other words, Ford, you rolled 11, correct?
Correct.
You take, have to recount,
22.
23 points of bludgeoning damage. You are knocked prone, and anything you had in your hand has fallen out. And for my beloved, my wonderful, my sweet, sweet Shorty, you rolling, no, Gulliver, right? Gulliver, you're the one that rolled a 3?
Yep.
Yeah, you take so I don't even want to say it. You
say
take
it.
you take maximum damage. You take 50 points of bludgeoning damage
Okay.
as this giant boulder comes hurling full speed ahead, absolutely flying down the stairs. Those of you who managed to like jump up in the air and avoid it, you still kind of get hit with it with like random rocks and things. Whoever manages to like not actually pass, just all take lots of damage.
So everyone else is knocked back as well.
So those who passed, those who rolled over a 15, are not knocked prone. Anyone who
All right, so I am at 0 health. I have been knocked to the ground.
anyone who's knocked prone, anything you might have been holding in your hand, whether it's weapons, potions, anything at all, is knocked out of your hands, and
Don't
also
think I would have
takes
been holding
damage.
anything. 'Cause I didn't
Uh,
have my sword out.
Just lay it on me, okay? Lay it on me. You still haven't said it.
the stone, this massive boulder,
It's gonna kill me,
flies
isn't it?
down the hallway, gaining momentum every time it hits another layer of stairs. It reaches the bottom stair, bursting through the doors, flying into the room. You hear a mighty crash, and within just a few moments, you hear skittering noises coming from the room in your general direction. And this is where we will put a pause in it.
No.
No?
You gotta
No?
talk.
Okay.
Hold on. What happened to Shorty? What happened?
Wait, what did you roll?
You told me not to roll because my passive perception is too low.
Oh,
Yeah, he wasn't allowed to roll. So was it 50
am I
for
taking?
Shorty too?
no, I'm sorry. You roll.
He just takes damage? Or dex with disadvantage, what is it?
Dex. A character. Triggered mechanism. Everyone rolls initiative, including the stone, which has a crazy high bonus. Anyone in its path must succeed on a 15 saving throw. Where did I read? Saving throw fails by 5 or more, takes maximum damage, is knocked prone, anything dropped ultimately crashes. Where the fuck did I read?
Well, if we're all, if there's
Yeah,
no,
so
it would
go ahead
still
and roll.
win.
I don't know where I read it, but go ahead and roll your deck save.
Dex save.
Yeah.
$22.
22. So you would take 11 points of bludgeoning damage
Nice
as
save.
you manage to get away from it, because that's half of 23.
So 11 points. Copy. But am I not prone?
No, you are not knocked prone. Anyone who failed the dex save is knocked prone.
Gulliver is in death saves.
I'm coming for you.
And now you hear the skittering of many bugs, and as you look, you see a swarm of beetles climbing over the rubble of the destroyed door, rushing up the stairs at you. And this is where we will put a pin in it.
I'm glad I got that one spell
Dude.
slot back. Because I'm gonna need it.
Dude.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the right door. So just imagine what happened if we went through the wrong door, guys.
Oh, well, yeah, that wouldn't have worked out very well. I
Two
can tell you it would have
boulders.
been more deck saves. And, yeah.
Yes,
In,
I like the
Can I
1-2
say-
punch of you think you beat the beetles, and then the boulder, and then just kidding, more beetles.
Yeah.
I like that. That's some nasty dungeon designing right there.
some
Yeah.
back and
it's
forth.
really, yeah.
I appreciate the thought of like the boulder crashing the doors and beetles get you anyway.
Like
Mhm.
crawling over the boulder.
Yeah, I was reading through this up ahead, and I'm
I
like,
see
okay,
like all
well,
around.
yeah, I was like, well, you guys are fairly nimble. I was really hoping no one would roll less than 5 points under dex, because maximum damage of 5d10. But
I was wondering why there was the full 50, but because it was so low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we go,
Just-
before we finish, what
Who are you?
can we know? No, it's not that. Can we know the order of initiative?
Yeah, it's on top.
Oh, well, I'm gonna roll the bugs when we get back. The boulder's gone, but I'm gonna roll for the bugs. I can roll the bugs now. I will
good to know.
add 1 bug to the initiative. Just know that there's
Lapuparata.
more than one.
Look, do it like
Um,
Baldur's Gate, where there's like 75 bugs in the order of initiative.
Fucking anxiety. I put my dice away. So would you guys,
Egomaniacal.
while I roll for the bug, you guys can tell our viewers who you are.
Who starts?
I'll go first. My name
Yeah, and
is
then ping it off to someone.
Bryan Cardillo, and I play the nature cleric, who is now a level 6 nature cleric. Her name is Dr. Arabella Ford. She is an Eladrin elf, and she just wants to know where her lost god Ninursag has gone, and in the meantime is discovering way more about a different god than she planned on. And I'm based in Seattle, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
I will ping it all over to Bueno. You're next in my grid.
What's up, y'all? I'm Jonathan Bueno. I am based in New York City, as most of us are. Brr, brr, brr. And I play Shorty Rotundo, a stout halfling who is a sorcerer and is a loyal sidekick to a Dr. Walton Jones. And he continues to try to make himself useful through this experience. And touch some things when he shouldn't. I'm gonna hand this off to who else but Dr. Walton Jones.
Hello, everybody. I'm Esteban Moya. I play Dr. Walton Jones III. I am a Horizon Walker Ranger, also level 6. Suddenly have some useful spells. If only I had slots to use them. I am a professor who likes to go on adventures, drag people along because he thinks they'll learn something, whether they survive or not. Learning is the key. And I'll bounce it off to my favorite student.
My name is Michael Thomas Carter. I live in Brooklyn, New York, and I play Gulliver Prendergast, the favored student of Dr. Jones. I'm feverishly pursuing my PhD and very frustrated with the life of a graduate student. I study the history of magic. I am a wild magic barbarian, and my abilities are something of a mystery and something that kind of intrigue me and that have inspired my academic journey. He likes to crack skulls, but he only does it when he has to.
Is that true?
I was gonna say.
As he judges it.
Not unless we're
Yeah,
talking about
some
robots.
subjectivity there. I don't know about that.
Okay.
Y'all noticed that he immediately assumed that Pendergast is Dr. Walton Jones' favorite student?
He did say it.
It hurts.
I was surprised to hear him say it. I've been wanting him to hear him say it for a long time.
So sweet. It's like the accidental "I love you." It's like, you do.
Now, if you'll only survive this
Gulliver
first
lays
outing.
crushed by the boulder. You are my favorite student.
Exactly.
I love it.
It's just like,
And he
don't
caused
die.
it too.
I love it,
Oh.
Tami.
I hope we filed the right paperwork to get this counted as field work.
It was probably the wrong form.
Probably.
Probably the wrong one.
Well, I'm Tami. I'm based in Brooklyn. Photographer, smart reader, knitter, all of the good stuff. Trying to live my grandma core life. Playing Aeris Cloudwalker, who is Air Genasi monk, Way of Shadows. So he's think of temple in the clouds sort of thing, like floating rocks, temples on them, and he's from there, and they are very hidden. Not a lot of people know about those. So this is where like the Way of Shadow comes in, and while he was traveling, he was encountered by the Cabal, and this is how. And the long story short, this is how he ended up going to this temple, and meeting this wonderful group of people, and he's very interested in what they're doing, how they're doing, because that's the way they do things is so different. Like he knowing about like that there is universities and cities, like he knew about it, but he never experienced or never talked to people who are from them. So for him, it's like academics, students, apprentices. What? Very cool. But yeah.
You guys are wonderful. Best players on the internet, you guys. I am Ariana. I'm the story DJ here. We're currently I'm pushing these guys through the Hidden Shrine of Tamoachan, but it's reskinned for my own homebrew campaign. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you can come back and see how they get destroyed by beetles and rocks and stuff.
See you after work.
See you after
Work.
work.
Bye.
Oh, I got a name for you, Bueno. You're the hands-on halfling.
Hands
Ooh,
on
Hey.
Your catch line.
I like
I
it.
That's your
like
title.
that.
Yeah,
It's my rap name too.
That's good.
it's really good. Catchy.
I like
Bye.
it.
All right, bye.